as you may know, when I come to do these videos, I'm usually sad or like you say depressed, right? but and and yeah, that's part of the reason. The reason for me not like making videos for a while now. Another reason was I got back to being normal a little bit. I never really like fought like those deep stuff. And when I go to bed, like I just sleep, right? But before when I go to bed, I always like had like so many of these ideas like racing across my brain. Like I always like thought about something, and then when I keep thinking about it, it just keep going on and on, and then like the sun rises, and then I'll sleep. But yeah, even now, it's when I like shift back to this phase again. Like right now, it's already past midnight. The sun is about to come up. It's actually like 6 a.m. right now, and yeah. Um, and there's another reason I didn't really want to do this or like make videos on this channel because I kind of said really like a lot of embarrassing things, to be honest. Oh man, I kind of feel like I'm cringing at myself. Like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, oh, that was the reason. And there was like another reason was, and that was like, how should I say it? The other reason was that sometimes I say things that I don't really mean. Like sometimes like say things that, how would you say it? Like a child, like I'm like I always say things when I'm like at like a heightened mood, like a really heightened mood, right? It's not really in my like more stable state. You guys, yeah, but like more stable state, to be honest. So it really affects like what I say and what like words come out of my like mouth, right? And the thoughts I have. And sometimes just that just heightens that level during the recording. And because like a recording is like always there, you can't really change it after unless you like delete the video, which I don't really want. It sticks there forever, right? And that the pressure I started to understand it, right? Like if you think about it, right now I'm recording this, it's like how would you explain? I would like explain things with like analogies and like metaphors. It's like back in like the old days when there was like a dynasty, like I'm talking about Asia, like Chinese, like the kings will always like have like the records recorded, and then that will pass on when they die, right? And everyone that read like the records, they'll know like what will happen, right? So this is like basically like that. Even though I'm not really that important, I think of it like that, right? So like once like I can't imagine myself dying, but once I do die, this is everything at this moment or what I said right now will be like recorded kind of forever. Unless like the internet also like changes. Or maybe there's like another next level of internet. I don't know. It's like before there was like people would draw on like stones, and then after that we like record it on paper, and then after paper came the internet, right? Right now the internet, right? I don't know what's after that. I can't imagine what's after that. Maybe like memory cards that you like actually like the memory that's taken from your mind. Maybe that, but that's like so far off. That'd be way after I die, right? So yeah, that's part of the reason. What else? Yeah, and I just gotta say that part, to be honest. Like some of the things I say, I don't really mean, right? I say it out of that mood, you would say. It's like it's like when a child has a child tantrum, right? She like the child just go crazy and like smash his thing or something, or like scream out loud, right? Now I'm reminded of myself, to be honest. I remember I used to like get so like had tired a child temperature that I would pee on the TV. Yeah, but okay, let's go on. Another example would be like you fighting with your girlfriend, right? At first, you talk about something, and then you start to raise your voice, and then you just start to fight, right? And then after that, you just keep fighting, and you forgot the reason about what you fought before, right? Because you just keep fighting and you just want to win. You just say unnecessary things that hurt the other person, even though you don't really mean it, because you just want to win the fight, right? Like basically that. It's so unnecessary, right? And yeah. Um, what else? And also, it really like this recording really captures like at that moment, right? The moment I'm like talking right now, it really captures that moment, right? But if you know, a human grows, right, and they think differently over time, right? So like the things I might say, I might change my mind about, and also I don't know. It's and also like things I say like sometimes maybe are inaccurate, or maybe things I say that it will hurt people. I think I know it will hurt people, right? And that was never if I do hit someone, that is not really my intention. I always talk to talk, right? I just talk things. I don't really put the energy out there to try and like hurt something, right? But I feel like people still will misunderstand, right? Oh yeah, misunderstanding too, right? The things I say, people will misunderstand. I already know it. And also, the things I say, some people might manipulate too. Because, oh, yeah, that's a thing. But yeah. And the point of this video is that I kind of wanted to challenge myself and just make videos for like a month. Like 30 days straight. Just challenge myself. Because I've been off-putting like all these videos and things I want to say because when I think of an idea and thought, right, and I think of like how I'm gonna like talk about it in the video, I think about it. But sometimes I one day I'll think about it and I'll think of doing it, but then I don't do it. And then like I don't know, a week later, I come up with like another idea I can add upon that idea I had the original idea, right? So it keeps I keep like I can keep adding it more to it, which would make it better and make it more original, kind of like have that original feeling, like that like that ooh kind of feeling, right? And also because I get anxious when I record, right? Like every time I record, almost every time, I press the record button and my heart started to go up a little bit, and then I start like thinking like what I'm about to say, and get like kind of a bit anxious, and then I'll start recording, I press the button, and then I'll mess up, like blah, 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 blah. I mess up my speech and stuff. But once I start talking, it just flows. But before that, it's really hard to talk, and I usually stop the recording and try again, and then I'll keep trying to get that flow going, right? And yeah, if you hear about this, I like stuttered a lot right now, right? Throughout like this video, I stuttered a lot. I mumbled a lot. I don't know why I keep talking fast because that's always how I talk, I guess. I guess I can slow it down a bit so it's much more clear, more concise, more coherent. That's uh that's another reason you could say, right? That I really mess up with like how I deliver something. Like I thought about the videos I did before and I remember it. There's like another expression I could put it as, right? Like with the One Upon video, right? I gave the example as like an L and how you can do things, but I also found like another example. It's like when before our ancestors didn't even know how to start a fire, and then they started a fire, and then there was light. Oh, light! They were going crazy. Woo! And then after that, we learned how to do electricity, and then with electricity, we made the light bulb. And then after the light bulb, we started to invent like different forms of light bulbs, and then it got better, right? More eco-friendly, or LEDs, or how we use the light bulbs. You can make screens with it. Then we can change it with colors, and then we can make a monitor that shows like images. It's like I just think like teaching the knowledge from the previous generation, like the current generation will improve upon it, right? And then we keep improving and keep improving. And I feel like that's a really, I would say, a thing that you can pass down, right? It's like the knowledge of humanity, right? It's what defines us, to be honest, if you think about it. Because like every other animal, they don't really pass on knowledge. Well, at least it takes them a long time, right? But you don't really think about how long of a time for us to pass that down, like our knowledge, right? Because if you think about like, I don't know, a turtle or something, every time a new turtle gets born, they don't really pass down their knowledge. They still eat the same things. They like naturally know how to eat, like eat this food and don't eat that food. I don't even know how like I don't know, horses when they get born, how did they stand up so quickly? Like they know how to stand up. Like how do they know they stand up, to be honest? Like what makes them know that? Is that like the horse talks with them in the room, right? But how did they even know to stand up, right? It's kind of interesting. Like, how do you know they have to go to the nipple to drink milk, right? Like, that just blows my mind. Like, you can't teach a baby inside the room how to do things. They just naturally know how to do things. But for humans, we evolve from that stage. We start to learn like language, and with language you can communicate, and then you can spread knowledge. And then you, from the communication, you learn more, you learn more. That's like school basically, right? You keep learning more and stuff, right? And that's really, that's the progress of humanity, I would say, yeah. But I'm getting off topic, to be honest. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let's rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. Okay. I wanted to do this challenge, and yeah, I should like go past that perfectionist side of me. Like, I always wanted to have like a really perfect recording, if possible, have a perfect recording, right? And huh, I wish you can like change like the video, and if like you can update it, but you can't. So everything you say now is like concrete, right? What if there was like a video editor that you can, or like for YouTube, right? Right now I'm recording for YouTube. If it's possible to like upload a video but take out parts and add new parts in, that would be good. That would be crazy, right? But I understand like the fundamentals and like the reasoning on why you can't do that, right? Because what's recorded is like, it's like really, it's like file, like you can't really change it, to be honest. Although there could be a way. Yeah, there could be a way. And I think about it. But you need to restructureize the thing, right? You need to structureize the like the one like other code of it, right? it goes like super deep. Like you really need to learn a lot about that stuff to actually like understand it. Yeah. Oh, sure. But yeah, that's what I think about it. So I challenge myself. I just let loose like all the thoughts I had before, and to be fair warning, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be super dark and depressing, to be honest. And maybe like the first few episodes, like first few bunch, it's gonna be super dark, super philosophical, and then maybe it get a bit brighter. Actually no, I'm a really negative person, to be honest. I'm gonna talk about like a lot of negative stuff. Either way, yeah. Oh, I know. I feel like what I learned is just like not to leave any like silence, even though it's really fine if I leave like silences to think. It will help me like speak clearer and like speak like what I'm trying to say, but I don't know. I feel like if I prolong a thing, I feel like if I prolong it and have like silent parts, people get really annoyed and like really waiting for it. And then I don't know. I want it to be raw. I want it to be like me talking to you if I go like to a coffee shop and you just sat beside me. You know a little bit about me and you sat beside me and then I just keep talking to you, basically. Or maybe in like a library and we just keep talking, right? Just keep talking. I don't really want it to be filtered or like I don't really want to construct an image, to be honest, because I feel like once I do, I'm gonna get obsessed over it. Like I really will get obsessed over it. Like every single word I would say, I'll take back, I'll edit out, try and make it perfect as possible, make it clear, concise, make it shape it in the image I want, right? And that image is gonna be try to be the best, right? But if I do that, I'll just make another face, right, again, and then I'll have to live up to it, or I'm gonna be less of me, right? It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be the errors and the things that I say. Like I don't know. Anyways, I challenge myself, and I'll think I'll do it daily. Right? I'll share my thoughts. I might say some things that are pretty bad. um, but yeah, that's me. Maybe I add a catchphrase. That is me for today. Yeah, that sounds good. Kind of, maybe I should say sorry too at the end. This is me for the day. Sorry. I don't know. Just add sorry every single time in the video. Oh, I don't know. This is me for today. uh, it's gonna be fun. Probably fun. It's gonna be a lot of talk. Oh, I'm gonna mess up a lot of stuff, to be honest. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna rush things. I might upload like 2 videos a day, and then I'll miss like one day, right? But as you may know, my sleep schedule is like super messed up. So if I upload like 2 videos in one day, still count it as like a daily like upload. As long as I keep like uploading daily, right? So it's still counted as two, right? I might pass like the 12 like minute. It would be considered like 2 videos in one day. You just separate for the other day that I missed. Um, huh? Right out. yeah, I just want to push myself out there. Just not try not to be perfect. To be honest, just go with it. Just talk, and yeah, that'll be it. That's me for today. See you guys.